Imagine watching a murder mystery where the film tells you the killer halfway through and somehow the story becomes even more exciting. Imagine a genre older than cinema itself suddenly become the most entertaining, modern and socially relevant thing on Netflix. That's what Knives Out did. It didn't just revive the whodunit, it rewrote the rules by breaking them beautifully.
You tell her, or I will.
The whodunit genre has existed for more than a century. It began with Agatha Christie, Arthur Conan Doyle, and the entire golden age of mystery writing. A world of pristine mansions, polite suspects, and neatly tied endings. And for the longest time, whodunits followed the same predictable ritual: a dead body, a room full of wealthy liars, and a detective who would gather everyone together in the final act to explain the truth with a dramatic speech. The formula worked until it didn't. With time, the genre became safe, comfortable, and honestly a little stale. It stopped evolving, it stopped surprising us, and for almost 2 decades, whodunit survived more on nostalgia than innovation. Then, Knives Out happened.
Are you baiting me, detective?
And Rian Johnson didn't just revive the genre, he rewired it from the inside. He mocked the old formula while honoring it. He broke the rules while using them, and in doing so, he created the smartest evolution the whodunit genre has seen in years. To understand how Knives Out changed the whodunit, we first need to understand how these stories used to function. Classic whodunits were built like puzzles, logical, controlled, and symmetrical. Every suspect had a motive, every clue mattered, and the detective was a genius whose brilliance dwarfed everyone else in the room. The joy came from trying to beat the detective to the solution. Knives Out takes that familiar structure and immediately flips it. Instead of hiding the killer until the final reveal, the film first tells you the entire murder plot, the how, the who, and the why, right in the middle of the movie. Suddenly, the point is not to figure out who did it. The point is to watch how the truth gets buried, manipulated, twisted, and eventually unmasked. Rian Johnson does not remove the tension, rather he relocates it. The mystery becomes emotional, not mechanical. It becomes more about people and not about puzzle pieces. It becomes about the lies we tell to protect our privilege, the stories we invent to justify our power, and the system that allow the wealthy to bend the morality until it snaps.
You gotta do this more often.
The murder is no longer the center, but the society around it is. This is where the Knives Out fundamentally changes the whodunit. It transforms a drawing room game into modern social commentary. The first film brutally exposes inherited privilege, class hypocrisy, and the self-made myth. The second film targets influencer culture, tech billionaires, and the absurdity of modern celebrity worship. The satire is sharp but never heavy-handed. Johnson uses comedy as a scalpel and mystery as a spotlight. And then there is Bernard Blanc, the detective who redefines the archetype.
I suspect foul play.
Classic detectives like Sherlock or Poirot were cold, arrogant, and machine-like thinkers. Bernard Blanc is their opposite: warm, awkward, polite, and a little eccentric but devastatingly perceptive. He listens more than he speaks. He trips over his own words. He rambles, and beneath all that gentleness is a mind that slices through deception like glass. Blanc humanizes the detective. He does not make the audience feel inferior, rather he makes them feel invited. And that shift makes the mystery collaborative rather than competitive. You don't watch Blanc to be outsmart, you watch him because you want to solve the mystery with him.
Eat shit. Eat shit. Eat shit.
Smug smile.
Definitely eat shit.
Another radical change Knives Out brings is how it uses casting. Rian Johnson cast actors based on the expectations audience already have of them, and then flip those expectations to mislead us. Chris Evans, the symbol of heroism, becomes the villain. Ana de Armas, the quiet outsider, becomes the emotional heart. Edward Norton, the genius billionaire, turns out to be a delusional idiot. And Batista's macho's persona hides insecurity. Casting itself becomes a narrative device, a clue, a misdirection, and a weapon. But the most important evolution Knives Out brings is its tone. Whodunits used to be elegant, slow, and polite. Knives Out is vibrant, loud, colorful, chaotic, and unapologetically modern. It's funny without being silly, sharp without being cynical, and fast-paced without losing its complexity. It treats mystery as entertainment and not homework. And that's why younger audiences connected instantly. It made the whodunit fun again without making it dumb.
Am I the elephant?
Yeah, you're the elephant.
You're not that bad.
Knives Out also changes the structure of how mysteries unfold. Instead of a single climactic reveal, Johnson plays with shifting perspectives, unreliable narrators, contradictory testimonies, and flashbacks that lie. The truth is not delivered at once because it is layered, teased, and constantly reframed. The pleasure isn't in guessing the ending, the pleasure is in watching the story reshape itself with every new detail. And now, with the third film, Wake Up Dead Man on the way, the genre is evolving again. Early insight suggests a darker, more philosophical tone, a story evolving belief, faith, morality, and the theater of public image. If the first film explored class and the second explored technology and power, the third seems ready to ask deeper questions about human nature and the narratives we use to justify our righteousness. Knives Out is no longer just reinventing the whodunit, also it's expanding what a whodunit can talk about. That is why Knives Out changed the genre. It did not reject tradition, but it revitalized it. It did not abandon the old rules, rather it reshaped them for a cynical, comedic, chaotic modern world. It made murder mysteries socially aware, character-driven, funny, visually stylish, and emotionally grounded. It made the genre relevant again. And if Wake Up Dead Man pushes these ideas further, we might be looking at the most exciting evolution of whodunit genre since Agatha Christie herself. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives videos like this, please subscribe the channel and like this video. It really motivates me to do more. Also make sure to comment below and tell me what part of the Knives Out universe fascinates you the most. I will see you in the next one. Till then, stay nerdy.